growing onions from seed to harvest. This year I decided I would grow all of my onions from seed. In years past I had used onion sets and have gotten mixed results. Some years my onions bulb up like you just saw, and then other years my onions don't get much bigger than $0.50. I used trays with Jiffy seed starting mix and onion seed from Territorial Seed. For my zone and climate, it's best to use intermediate day onion. This is the type of onion that requires the amount of sunlight that my area can provide. After the seeds germinate, I take off the humidity domes, and when they got to about 5 or 6 inches tall, I gave them a little haircut to concentrate all of their growth to the bulbs. After about 6 weeks, it was time to transplant to the garden. I always use Organic Rev whenever I'm transplanting anything. This is a growth stimulant that has been my secret to strong, healthy plants. Make sure you don't spill yours though. I don't always measure out the exact amount because you really can't overdo the Organic Rev. But for this planting, I used about a 1/4 cup of Organic Rev and then filled the rest with water. I dip the roots, including the bulb, to get them ready for the transplant. This also helps to prevent any transplant shock. I separated most of the onions before planting just to make it easier, and then I placed them where I wanted them to go in the bed. I have 3 different varieties that I'm growing this year, so I split the 6x4 bed into 3 sections. After dipping into the Organic Rev, I place the onions into the soil. I make sure that the bulb is just underneath the soil, and then I gently push them in. Then I did that 39 more times. Dip, create a small hole, push it in, and then I gently push on the soil on either side of the seedling to keep it in place. I'm growing 3 different varieties this year because they'll each have a different purpose in my cooking. The red onions are called Monastrell, and they'll be great for pickles and have a softer flavor. The yellow onions are called Expression, and they're supposed to be a very large bulb. They'll be an all-purpose onion that can be used for just about anything. Then I have a sweet onion called Almagro, and those will be great for soups or even onion rings. I didn't have time to separate all of my seedlings, so these last few needed to be separated. As you can see, I planted 3 or 4 seeds in each cell, and the roots don't mind being handled, so they come apart pretty easily. This part was actually really fun. I like seeding heavily, especially for onions, because I can grow a lot more plants in a smaller space. I was able to get 200 seedlings out of 3 trays, even though the trays only had space for a total of 120. See how easily they come apart, and with very little resistance. I've heard that starting your onions from seed can help to keep them in storage better. I've had a problem in the past with my onions rotting in storage before I can even use them. These varieties that I've chosen are specifically labeled as storage onions, so I really hope that's true. My most successful onion harvest was a few years ago, and I hope to repeat that this year. I'll harvest anywhere from mid to late June when the tops fall over at the base. 120 total seedlings in the soil, and here's what I hope to see in the coming months. Fingers crossed!